Got here at last, in the water at 11:30 at Grove Ferry. It's changed a lot. The car park is absolutely packed, I couldn't believe it. But the parking charge is still excellent. And they've got a little cafe thing there now, so you can get a cup of tea and a sandwich and God knows what else, really nice. Anyway, we'll see what else has changed. Right, hopefully. Take them off, hopefully I won't lose them on this trip. And we'll see how it goes. And we've got how many of them here? 1, 2, 3. 3 of them. And there's 2 sitting kayaks coming down as well. Not used to it being crowded like this midweek. My goodness. I wonder why, whenever I come on the Great Stour, I'm always paddling against the tide. Tide's going out. I would think it turned about, I don't know, about an hour and a half ago, maximum. So it's very strong, and I'm staying over this side so that I'm in the lower speed of the tide. You can see it moving over the other side if you watch the leaves in there. Moving quite fast, but of course by me being over this side of the river I'm not copping it so much. But when I get round here I'm going to cop it again, I'm afraid. If I get to another turning, here we go, let's get around. And also it's a bit windy, would you believe, in some places, as you can see possibly up there. You can see all the ripples on the water. But just listen, no noise. Just silence. That's what makes this particular river my favourite. Better than the canals because you can see out quite a bit in places, and you're not so hemmed in like you are with a canal, and also you get some lovely birds along here, you really do. So it's just nice for the peace and quiet. But I don't think you can get anywhere else. Good morning. Morning. Enjoying it?
Lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
How can you not enjoy it? It's fabulous.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Perfect day for it.
Oh, it is an old. Yeah. Ever surprising how paddleboards now are so popular. Because they're blow up, they are easy to transport, a bit hard to pump up, but they are easy to store. So they're becoming very popular now, and you see them around everywhere. Boat pulling out, swans, and another couple of paddleboarders up there. Crumbs! This is becoming like a motorway. Good Lord. Ah, there we go. Let's move and give them a little bit of leeway. One paddleboarder. All right. This always annoys me. You can see how much this fallen tree has reduced the width of the river. Now what will happen is they'll come along, they'll chop it out and get rid of it. But the thing is that could be a load of willow whips that could be planted along the bank, and that would then help hold the bank and stop the rushes or the grasses taking over. Much more natural. Now this is acting as a barrier. It's going to get all the rubbish on it, and eventually that will force itself round, but it's also not helping the quality of the river because it's allowing sediment to build up underneath it. Not good at all. Now we've got a little island growing there with plants. So the Environmental Agency just come along, they'll chop it, but they won't plant any of the original tree, and that's all they need to do. Just stick them in the ground and they will take. Anyway, such is life. Got a lovely day for it.
Gorgeous, isn't it? Really is lovely.
You're lucky as well, you're going downstream of the tide.
Yeah. Depends it won't work.
Well, as usual, very, 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 very quiet. It's lovely, it really is. I'm about 3/4 of an hour in to the journey now. There we go. Hope you've got me now. Anyway, about 3/4 of an hour in on the journey. Still got a long way to go, but it doesn't worry me. I've paddled up here many, many, many times against the tide, and it never worries me. I just come down here and do what you've got to do. I've had it on one occasion where it was going out and I was going up, and then coming in and I was coming back. That was the time that I went to the little museum up at Fordwich. There's a town hall there which is the smallest in the UK. It's a working town hall, and it's got a ducking stall there. And of course Fordwich is so important because it's a cinque port, and when this used to be over half a mile wide, this little river that I'm paddling up now, this was where all the stone was brought up the Great Stour from France to build Canterbury Cathedral. And most of the food came in this way as well. Because don't forget, the roads were a disaster. Just virtually unpassable. So the river was the main avenue. And of course, over the years it's become silted up, and it's become narrower and narrower and narrower, until now it's like this. And it's not dredged or anything like that to keep it open, and it's not very well maintained either. So as a navigable channel, I don't know how much longer it'll last, but it's just getting narrower and narrower, which is a bit of a shame. But there you go. There's other things to worry about in the world besides this. There we go. Just take it nice and easy and enjoy it. Coming out into more open area now. Another guy coming down on a paddleboard. Seems to be the most interested way of travel now. Afternoon. Good, isn't it? Enjoying it?
It wasn't supposed to be this hot.
No, I know.
On the undercoat.
Well, you're always lucky you can dive in and get on again. Number 4 coming down. It's quite busy, isn't it? Because it's a good day, I think. Afternoon. Enjoying it? It's great, isn't it? You picked the right day for it. Beautiful.
That's the way to put a camera, it's ideal on the front there, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it's an old one. I've had it since
Is
2007.
it facing yourself though?
No, it's facing that way. Gotcha. See ya. There we go, the train over the other side, the only bit of noise you get. And also you've got this lake, it's massive. It's huge. You're not supposed to go in there, so I'm not going to. But it is absolutely ginormous. Now I've seen this on one year when there were so many swans in here. It looked like it was covered in snow. It was amazing. There was so many swans in here, it was untrue. So it must be a nice little breeding ground for them at certain times of the year. But it's absolutely massive, that lake. Well, it's not truly a lake because it's joined to the river. And from here upwards, the water actually gets remarkably clear. And we're going now shortly over sand beds, which is the reason that the water is as clear as it is. You can actually see down to the bottom shortly. It's an amazing difference. Hello, we've got another kayak coming down. Loads now. It's certainly been quite busy. It's the busiest that I've seen it, which is interesting. Looks like a young lady coming down, more than likely from Canterbury College. Anyway, let's turn this off. Well, this is new. I don't know what all this is about. There's obviously a lot of work going on here. What the hell are they doing? Let's have a look. How amazing. This is all new. Oh, this is quite strange. It's going across the river. The river continues round here. They've almost blocked it off. Wonder why they've done this. Ooh. This is very strange, isn't it? Wonder why they've done this. Let's get out of this, I don't want to get caught in this. Ooh. Must have done it for a reason. But no idea what it is. Just pulled into the reeds because we're coming up to my favourite part of this river, and believe it or not, you can get some nice views. It's crazy. You feel like you're looking over the edge into a valley. Now I know that sounds really weird, but all I can do is show you, and I'll do my best to do that, although it's not easy with the camera because the camera doesn't really convey the effect that you're getting. It's very quiet. And with the lack of aircraft as well now, that makes it even better. So all you're getting is the bird sound and the noise of my paddle in the water. It really is unbelievable. And for something that you can do where you can ensure social distancing and also be close to nature and get away from the world with all the COVID out there and the worry that's causing a lot of people, you can really sort of just listen to nothing and unwind. It's up to you, but I'll show you in the next clip what it looks like. This is what I was saying. Look at this. How strange is that? Look at it. The bank goes up a little bit and then it just drops away. It looks like if you dug a little trench across there, the whole valley up there would flood, and that is so strange. It is really peculiar, but this is the best part for me. I love this bit here. It's a bit difficult to convey, but if you sort of take the water level and just look over the other side and see how the ground slopes away, it makes you wonder why the river hasn't broken through here. But it really is lovely. You get cattle coming up right to the edge here as well, having a drink. Beautiful. Also, did I mention about how clear the water was? Look, you know, I don't know if you can see it, I don't know if you're going to get a lot of reflection. But, you know, okay, you've got a lot of dead stuff now because we're towards the end of the season, but it's just crystal. It's absolutely crystal. It's amazing. Hope you can see it. You know, I have to say that I am surprised that the river is flowing so fast, because to my mind we've not had a lot of rain at all. So if this is draining off the land, I haven't got a clue where it's coming from, but there you go. No idea whatsoever. Amazing. Going along the river, I found this sign. It's been nailed to a tree. I hope you can read it. I'll put it up as far as I can. There we go. Just in case you can't, somebody screwed it up to the tree and it says, "Nobody said we have to be perfect." There we go. Oh, don't you just love it? Got to record this because I always say when I see them, I've just seen me first kingfisher again on here. They're always here, you always see them. Unfortunately, you can never get near them. But there's absolutely no way of missing that colour. How about that? Now tell me you can beat this. Just a few miles outside Canterbury in Kent. Look how clear the water is. You must be able to see it. It is lovely. And look at that. How about that? And all I can hear is the wind. Beautiful. Oh, missed him, little dragonfly there. On his territory, obviously. I've got a group of swans up here. I never like a group. Let's get right. Oh, one's got his feathers up. Let's keep out of the way. One's got his feathers up there. Can you see? Not nice when they're like that. I'll just take it easy. Be wary of the male, it's got his feathers up.
Yeah, that was the same yesterday, but they stayed calm. Is there any trick actually when they start?
No, not really. Just go past them slowly and just take it easy. Keep away from the females. The spire of Fordwich is just in the distance there, and I'm glad it is because I've nearly run out of battery. Both batteries in fact for the camera, so fingers crossed. Just warned Canoe Wild about the swan that's a bit on the rampage down there. They do know it. And another group of paddleboarders. They're everywhere. Just so you know, down there's a group of swans. One of them, the male, he's got his feathers up and he's a little bit aggressive. So just give him a bit of room over the other side of the river.
Thank you.
It's okay, no problem. Enjoy.
And you. You know I'm not ahead of you.
That's all right.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there.
That's all right. No,
Two giving them there.
That swan was up here.
Warning about the duff swan up there.
Yeah, he was up here earlier.
Oh, was he?
Oh, I think he was trying to drown one.
He's a little terror, isn't he?
He's a rascal.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
That's all right. No
Sorry.
problem. It's a sort of
Here we are, up at Fordwich, and that's the oldest working town hall in the country. And that is where all the stones were unloaded for Canterbury Cathedral when they were brought over from France. And this is the last bridge that I can go under, and what I'll do is on the other side I'll just moor up and I'll have me pork pie. Right, sun's gone in unfortunately. They did say it was going to get a bit cloudy this afternoon, so I've stopped for a bit of nourishment. Right, I'm parked up in Fordwich now, the other side of the bridge, as you can see down there. I think I'm hoping it's come out, just holding it. And I've stopped for some liquid refreshment, and as I'm getting older, of course, I've got some good old Lucasade there, and also I've got me large pork pie. That'll keep me happy. And as my battery's nearly out, I think I'll have to call it quits. So I hope you've enjoyed the trip. I have, and I've still got the benefit of going back yet. All the best. Bye. Right, 4:04, and we're back. Managed to get out without too much of a problem, because it's a bit muddy here, but there you go. Nice trip, enjoyed it. All packed away and ready to go home. At, what's the time? 4:10.